Moin! I'm Catherine and today I'm in bed with my favorite books of the month of March 2020. Although I did not catch up on all the book videos that I've missed yet, I've decided to do this now because it's the beginning of April and for once I would be just in time with a book video. We're still in Corona shutdown, so I've decided it's a perfect opportunity to do more book videos because now you may have more time to read, because maybe you just shouldn't watch television all the time. Maybe you grab a book or two and read. So in March I've read and mostly listened to 15 books, and I'm going to tell you as always about the ones I liked the most. So first off, one of the two 4-star reads of March for me is Counting by Sevens by Goldberg, Sloan. And it's about this super intelligent girl who loses both her parents and finds a new family. And I especially liked about it that it's also about how you build your own family. That family is not only about blood. And if you've listened to a few of my wrap-ups, whenever this theme comes up, I like it a lot because I believe in building your own family and not depending on blood relations. So I liked this about this book and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Funny enough, I just realized that this book has fishes on the cover, and the next book I've listened to and want to tell you about is Fish in a Tree by Lynda Mullay, and it's also about a mid-grade girl who's very intelligent but suffers from dyslexia, which means she has trouble to read. And she tries to cover this up for a while because she's so very clever, but then she gets a new teacher, he realizes what's going on and how he's helping her, and maybe by helping her also helping other people. And I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. The next one is A Woman is No Man by Etaf Rum. It's about this Arab girl, 18-year-old girl, who struggles with growing up in the USA but having very traditional Arab parents who want to marry her off. And also there's been some family tragedy and the struggle of how to do what she wants but don't lose the family she has left. And what I like most about it is that it's very clear about the spiral of violence and how these women suffer from their circumstances but still imprinted on their children and on their daughters and how it doesn't stop. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. So the next thing I've read, and I've actually read this like in paper, is The Whole by Gabrielle, Zevin. I'm almost up to date to reading through all of her novels, I think, and some I liked a lot, some I liked okay. I liked her sci-fi YA series the least, but it's okay. But it's not her best work in my opinion. And I'm telling you this because I had huge difficulties getting into the story. I was about to DNF, which is like, book talk for didn't finish it. But I held on and I'm happy I did because in the end it turned out to still be a book about how you get out of the hole you're in. And it's about this very dysfunctional family because the father is super religious and suppresses his whole family, and what this means for his wife, what this means for his son, and especially what this means for his daughter. And as always, I especially liked how hypocritical a lot of very religious people are, including him, and I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Next, I listened to A Kind of Paradise by Amy Rebecca Tan, and this is the 3rd mid-grade book we're talking about in this book talk because I'm still on the lookout for nice mid-grade novels for the niece, as I've mentioned in the last video. So if you know about very nice mid-grade novels, let's go back to this beautiful cover. Tell me in the comments. And this is about this girl who gets into trouble because she tries to help someone cheat who she has a crush on, and as a penance for that, she has to volunteer in her local public library, and about the people she meets and how she falls in love with the library and how libraries are in danger of being shut down because of money, because people think it's not important to have libraries for people, which is stupid. And I especially liked about this book that it's about her journey to learn that you have to forgive yourself and that not everybody has to like you. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Then, during all of this corona stuff that really, is heavy on my mind, because I'm too, at the moment, jobless, because everything where I work has shut down and I'm self-employed, which is crappy. But as I've mentioned on Instagram a few times, the German government is trying to put money out for people like me. So I'm still hopeful. But I thought, what better to do to get a little bit distracted than listening to a fantasy trilogy, which isn't a trilogy because there's a 4th part coming out sometime this year. And you may know that I'm a big fan of the Black Magician series by Trudi Canavan. So I thought, why not try another series by Trudi Canavan? And I was a little bit disappointed. It was the perfect thing to do for me in this time. But I liked the first part only okay. I like the second part, actually got 3 out of 5 stars. That's why it's in this wrap up. And the third part also got 2 out of 5 stars because it was a little bit dragged out. And I always don't like it if people misunderstand each other or people hold back telling each other things and then trouble enforces because of that. And yeah, but it's okay if you're in the mood for a nice fantasy series and you have not read the Black Magician series yet, then go with the Black Magician series. And lastly, I finished reading The Signature of All Things by Elizabeth Gilbert. And first of all, this book has a beautiful story because, like in 2018, I was in LA and I was walking around and I tried to find this vegan bakery. Check them out if you are in LA. They have like a small compartment in a drugstore. When I came out of there on my way back, there was this book takeaway thingy on the street. And this was, I think, the only book that was lying there. And I was like, oh, it's an old library book for sure. Library. Speaking of libraries, how important they are. So I took it, and next time I'm going back to LA, because I'm for sure going back to the shop, I will put a book where I took this. And now the very important question is, why am I only now reading Elizabeth Gilbert for the first time in my life? Why? So this is about this very strong woman in the 19th century and her life, and that's basically all you need to know about it. I struggled a little bit in between because I thought it was a little bit dragged out and there were parts that I wasn't like too invested in. But in the end, I liked it a lot and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So these are all the books I thought are worth mentioning that I've read in the month of March. And do you have like things that you like to read, especially right now during the corona shutdown? Like things that get you distracted from everything and take you somewhere else? If you have suggestions, let me know in the comments. And as always, do not forget to support your local independent book dealer. Moin, I'm Catherine, and today I'm in bed with Laura said.
Hi!
So we are here to talk about a book I love very, very much. It's called
Tell the Wolves I'm Home by Carol Rivka Brun.